do welcome you to Bible Times. I'm Willard Pless. And today I want to talk a little bit different today. I've been talking about some things that we're seeing that the Bible's being fulfilled and things are being brought to pass. But today I want to give warning. I'm beginning to see more and more about preachers that are saying, I've got a new message from God, He's given me a vision, or He showed me something, and they start talking about it. But Jesus warned there in Matthew chapter 24. The first thing He done when He started talking about the signs of the end time days, that He said, don't be deceived. Let no man deceive you. And so we're seeing preachers, so-called, are saying, God showed me this, or give me a vision about this, and God said that, and showed me this or that, and if you hear somebody saying that, you need to run away. Do not take part in that. Do not believe them. If they even say, well, Jesus is in a certain place, don't go there, because that's not true. Jesus warns about this kind of a thing coming in the end time days, and we're in the end time days. We started the end time days in 2000. We started the last days at Pentecost, when God gave the Spirit to the apostles there in Acts chapter 2. That started the last days. And we've come to the end time days here, and when we come to 2000, we come to the end time days, and that's for 24 years. And then they would be an extra year, which would make it 25. See, that is a playover of Abraham. If you study about Abraham and what he went through there, and then if you study about Jacob and what he went through coming back into the land, and Benjamin being born, and Abraham, of course, it was Isaac, and I can't give you understanding of the Bible. I can't do that. Jesus can do that. And you will have to go there and study and let Him give you understanding, talk to Him. But don't be deceived. The Bible teaches that deceivement is going to be so great that even the elect are going to be challenged. Jesus said He's going to cut it short because of the power of deceivement. That's why He's cutting it short, that even the elect could be taken down, and then there would be no flesh to remain alive. See, God created this flesh world, and when we come to the end time, that He warns to not be deceived and caught up in this false thing that's going on. We've been talking about the beast and the false prophet and where we are in Bible time, and the sad thing to see and understand, the church world don't see this. The church world is not given this. The church world has been deceived and has fallen, and cannot see, understand what's going on and where we are in Bible time right now. See, if you walk with Jesus and fellowship with Him, you will know where you are in Bible time. Jesus talked to the Israel when he came, and they did not understand what time they were living in. They said they were walking with the Father and fellowshipping with him, and Jesus said, you're not, because you know who I am. You'd have love for me, but here you want to kill me. And that means that you're not walking with the Father. You don't know what time you're living in. And he wept over Jerusalem and said to them, if thou had have only knownest the time of thy visitation. When he came, see, that was his visitation. And they didn't know that time because they were not following the Father and listening to him. Because they would have known. Same way today. If you walk with Jesus, you'll know. And you'll see and you will understand. And if somebody's giving something that's not in the Bible, and of course I know people are not familiar enough with the Bible to know if it's there or not. They don't know anything about the Bible. You can ask people, even church people. You know, I pastored for 47 years, thereabouts, and 57 years, sorry, 57 years. And, but let me tell you, it's something. You could ask a congregation a simple Bible question and they couldn't even answer it. Not even a whole congregation couldn't even answer the question because they know nothing about Scripture. They're not Bible people. That's sad. People go to church, but they're not Bible people. The church world does not teach the Bible anymore. Oh, the Bible teaches that even Paul taught about in the end time days, toward the end of the end time days, that they would be giving things that are not about to be about like storytelling, and I'm trying to think of the word, trying to think of the word that the Bible uses for that. But the church world would be in a type of storytelling instead of really preaching the Scriptures and teaching the Bible and bringing out what the Scripture is really talking about. And the Bible warns about this. This is going to be a time of deceivement as we get into September here and October, November, December, January, and we're going to deceivement's going to be great. And a lot of this is going to happen. A lot of this is going to be brought out. They're going to be saying that God's given me a vision, a dream, but it's not in the Scriptures. See, God is not going to give anything that's not already in the Bible. If a preacher's not giving you what's in the Scriptures, you need to run away. Get away from that. If they're not teaching where we are in Bible time now, if you're in a church and they're not teaching about where we're at now in Bible time and what's going on and trying to get people to see and walk with Jesus, and you need to get out of there. I know you cannot find a church anywhere in this world now that's really and truly teaching the Scriptures. because I've been looking over and over and over. Where is a church that I could go to that is really and truly in the scriptures? And I haven't seen them yet. I haven't found it yet. I'm not looking for a perfect church. I know there's no perfect church. That's why people go to church. They ought to go to church to learn and understand. But the church world is not giving it anymore. A lot of churches don't even have Sunday school anymore. They certainly don't have CTS and Bible study times. They don't have that anymore. They call it a worship service, a time of worship and praise, playing music and jumping around and carrying on and learn nothing, understand nothing. Jesus didn't teach the disciples that. I mean, he walked and he taught in depth, and they had to really and truly pay attention, or they'd miss it. Disciples missed a lot that Jesus said and done that they weren't paying attention, especially when it come to learn about Judas Iscariot there in the upper room. And he told them, but they still missed it because they were not paying attention. They were more concerned about which one's going to be the greatest. And Jesus had taught them, don't seek that. When he washed their feet, and he told them, he said, don't go to the high seats. That's what he was saying to them. Don't go to be recognized. But see, preachers in this world, they get in a denomination or a church world situation, and they want to grow and become popular in that, and they'll seek gain in that, and they'll do things to do that. See, even when you look in the Bible, the false prophet the Bible talks about in the end time days is just like Balaam was in the Old Testament. See, Balaam was a prophet, but he turned, and he became the advisor for the kings of Moab and in that area, and taught them how to take Israel down. See, the false prophet in the end time days will do the same thing. And if you go back and look and understand who the spiritual advisor was for the presidents, you will know. And they do it for gain. They done it for gain. And so you need to learn the truth. Bible truth. You can learn who's who if you will study the scriptures and look at it. You'll know who the false prophet was and is, and you'll know who the beast is. You'll even know who the second beast is with the two horns. And you have to learn from the Bible signs. The Bible doesn't give the names, but you can study the scriptures and learn who is who by the scriptures. And we know President Trump is the beast, and Elon Musk was the second beast, and the false prophet was Billy Graham, and then the one that's took his place, Billy Graham's place, is Franklin Graham, his son. See, all this ties together, and this is what's going on in this world. And you don't want to get tied up in this. This is deceivement. And you don't want to get tied up in it, so you need to get out of there, run away from it. Don't support this thing that's going on in the world right now, because you will be in trouble. And I just wanted to kind of give you a warning and a heads up, and because this thing's going to get stronger here in the next few months. And I hope you'll pay attention and understand and talk to Jesus and let him in your heart and look forward to his coming, because he's coming soon. And so God bless you, and you have a great day.